Welcome back. With me right now from United is Maggie Blackwell. Good to see you today.
Good to see you.
Welcome and happy holidays to you.
Well, happy holidays to you. It's holiday weather.
I know, it's nice, isn't it? It's wonderful. So we're going to talk about a few different things today. First one is about landscape and tree trimming, right?
That's right. I'll start with tree trimming. We have a United tree policy. A lot of people send in a request to have a tree removed or to have a tree trimmed. The tree trim requests are pretty easy.
Right.
They just come out and inspect it. Bob Merget is the tree man, and he comes out and inspects it and does something. But if you want a tree removed, then it has to come before the committee.
Sure.
Our policy says unless there's a purposeful reason, trees should not be removed merely because they are messy or because of residents' personal preferences concerning shape, color, size, or fragrance. And what we found out this year, which I hadn't heard before, is because of all the rain and everything we had this year and the flourishing of things, right now people have a lot of allergies to the trees.
Right.
Maybe they didn't know about those allergies to the trees before, but actually the tree has been there a long time.
Yeah.
And they move in, and then they have an allergy to the tree, and they want us to remove the tree. Well, allergies to trees is not part of our policy.
Right.
And that would be they cut this one off this time because this person's allergic, down the row. I saw one person's had a request for one tree that they're allergic to, but when I looked out, all four of the neighbors had the same trees. So I'm sure it wasn't just the one tree that made them suffer. So I'm really sorry, but allergies just can't be our main focus. What we do when we come out to look at a tree is we look at the shape of the tree, we look at see if it's in good condition, if it has an open canopy, and if it's located within 10 feet of the patio wall or something like that. If we look for root damage on the sidewalk or elsewhere. If there's any visual damage to the unit or to any outlying structure, then we will consider removing the tree.
Okay.
But let's face it, United is known for the trees and very popular for the trees, and we don't want to take them out unless we absolutely have to.
All right. So you also wanted to talk about watering schedule and about the program that if you need to call for some reason with the system, the timing system of the watering, which is the rain dance system.
Right. Well, I was looking at the rain chart from last year, and we are right back to the year before last. So we are right back to our drought pattern.
Yeah.
In other words, in October, November, December, we've had 2.5 inches this year. We had 5 inches last year. So, and there was 2.5 inches before that.
Yes.
So we have dropped right back into our normal pattern, at least so far.
Yeah.
So my comment is you can resume your rain dancing that you shouldn't have been doing last year or maybe did too much of, and cut it down to about 10 minutes, but do it again this year because we might need rain. Again
I think we will. Yeah.
But not for an hour. Maybe 10 minutes on New Year's Eve or something.
Okay. All right. So go out and do your rain dance.
So that's right. Don't hold back.
Yes, I think that's good. It would be nice to get some, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Except
it would
for
be.
We got a little bit yesterday.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
And we had one day that they didn't
Actually, it was
even
Wednesday
predict.
night.
Yeah, they didn't even predict it. And I looked out and there was a little rain there. I said, what? This says 0. What is 0% rain? This is a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now, this time of year, is the winter time of year, November through February. And what we're doing is restoration, pruning, and planting. We're removing all dead branches and large parts of bushes that shouldn't be there and things like that. We clean up the plant beds. We apply mulch if we can during these months. We try to apply about an inch of mulch to most areas, but we try 3 or 4 inches if it's a newly planted area to be sure that
Right.
the water is held in and so on. It's slightly less time spent edging beds and things. Our mowing schedule, if it cools down, our mowing schedule will be able to be lengthened,
Right.
and that will be good. But we are going to keep the grass shorter this year, like we started to do at the end of this year.
Okay.
It's much nicer looking. We're not going to build up the level of thatch that we had beneath the grass.
Okay.
It's a much smoother look and nicer look, and it's easier to handle. So we can do that and see how that goes.
Okay.
But when the workers are out there, we know that you want to contact them, and we know that our residents want to talk to them. But we have 6,323 residents, and we simply cannot have even half of those people coming out to talk to the workmen as they're working. But put your call in. Put your call into the service desk. If you have a complaint or a need or concern, you're just concerned about something and you want a landscaper to come out and look at it, please put your concern in. But we will not be able to have people talk. They used to, I guess, when I was first here, it seemed like they did. But it was the same crew. They came every week, and they'd have time, and you could say, "Oh, we'll leave this bush."
Yeah.
I left caution tape on the bush I didn't want trimmed, and so they didn't touch it. And to this day, they know. But that's important for us.
Yeah, I mean, you got to let the workers do what they need to be doing. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a yellow staked area, or you are taking care of the area directly around your unit, then if you have your own plants there, they will not weed it, and they will not clean the leaves up.
Okay.
So if you're saying, "Oh, look at what the leaves are in my newly planted garden," yes, but you promised to take care of that when you did that. So now you have to be responsible for getting the leaves out. Don't just put them out, but put them in a big trash bag and take them out. They're not heavy. I know it's dusty work and we don't like to do it, but it's part of gardening.
Yes, it is. Oh, I know that. Yes.
Right.
All right. Now, moving on to another topic that you folks have been talking about, and that is earthquake insurance.
Oh, yes. United has earthquake insurance, and that is a good thing for us, and it makes the residents feel much better. But the residents should have homeowners, HO6 is what they call it, HO6 insurance policy. That's just the general insurance policy. It used to be called a condo policy, but it fits for a co-op too, because particularly if you make alterations to your unit, every alteration is then your responsibility.
Right.
So if something happens, the floor is now my responsibility. The kitchen sink is now my responsibility. Any alteration that is made. So you can't just say, "Oh, it's just my TV and my bed and my clothing and whatever gets ruined." It's whatever is altered in your unit, and that can be quite a bit. So if you have an investment in your unit, then you should have earthquake insurance. I mean, not earthquake insurance, regular HOA insurance. Earthquake insurance is a little addition that they can put on with it now, but they've lowered the price greatly from the previous few years. So
yes, it has lowered quite a bit.
So you can get earthquake insurance along with your HO6 insurance, just for what you possess on the inside.
Yeah, and I would imagine it could not be very much at all, because I know the range it would be for our whole house, meaning if it ever came to that, it would rebuild the house. Of course, you have the deductibles you have to consider, but I know what it is for our house.
Right.
And so it's
Our
really
u-
not much
Our
at
units
all.
are not big,
Yeah.
and the things that would probably be damaged, you know, if you don't want to replace your clothes, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
but whatever. But consider how much you have altered.
Right.
It is not. I bought it this year, and it is not a big thing.
No.
It depends on your deductible also, how
Right.
much deductible you want to take, and the value of what you have added. Some people have a lot of wonderful things in the place, but so they would pay a little higher premium. than I
Right.
would.
Yeah.
And also, if you have a storage unit in your carport, the upper one is provided by United.
Okay.
So United will take care of that no matter what happens to that, you know, a tree falls on it or
Right.
whatever. United will take care of that. But they will not replace the lower storage unit because those are variances, those are alterations,
Okay.
improvements put in by probably prior owners.
Okay.
And so if you have valuable things, good books or something like that stored in your lower area at your carport, you might want to consider a little rider on your insurance to have that
Okay.
covered. Your car, of course, is covered wherever it is.
Yeah.
But it is whatever you store in there. Most of us just store like seasonal things.
Yeah.
Or I store in old golf equipment that I'm not using, you know. But
Yeah.
so I would not suffer a great loss if the thing were destroyed.
That's a good point to make.
But some people have
Just ask your
died.
insurance person and
That's
just say,
exactly
hey,
right.
we got this extra storage out there. Is that automatically covered? If not, let's make a note of it.
That's
all
right.
you need to do. Chances are it probably won't even cost anything extra, but check it out. So also, you want to talk about moisture detectors.
Oh,
And
yes.
This is interesting. Am I correct? Was it Steve Leonard that
Right.
brought this up?
Right.
And what are they? $4 or $5 or something? It's amazing.
They're $4. You could get a package of 4
Yeah.
for $16 at Home Depot. They're about as big as my fist.
Yeah.
They're like plastic. You just put them on the floor. If you have a bidet, an ice maker, or let's see, what else? A bidet, an ice maker, or an incinerator. You know what that is?
Yeah,
That's the little
disposal.
hot water spigot under
Oh,
your
yeah,
sink.
yes, yeah.
And it gives you instant hot water. It's a
Yeah.
glorious thing. It's a wonder. But those little boxes get rusted out,
Yeah.
and then they leak down the side, and
Yeah.
you don't even notice because you're not looking
Right.
way back or under the sink. If you had one of these, it would go "Wee!" and drive you crazy, and you'd say, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And you'd get that handled right away.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with the bidet is a lot of those leak, and it's so easy not to turn them off completely. And you just put it down beside the toilet, and bingo, it starts leaking and
Yeah.
running down and could cause great damage to your neighbor and so on. So you put this little thing there nearby. It's a moisture sensor. When you, if you mop your bathroom floors or whatever, of course you lift it up and put it on the sink so it
Yeah.
doesn't get wet because you don't want it
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. But they're only $4. I mean, you could buy a package of 4, and if you have only one spot for it, share it with your neighbor and charge them $4 or give them a gift. But it's a real excellent, cheap
Yeah.
safety feature that we
It
could
is.
use.
Yeah, not a bad idea. And, you know, one suggestion I might have, because this did happen to us, is if you have the room underneath your dishwasher, put it in there. Or also, as you know, some people have the stackable washer and dryer.
Right.
Put them in there. Anywhere where a leak could occur. That I know our dishwasher, we had a leak because the sensor didn't tell it stop putting water in there.
Right.
And fortunately, we were home. We were there. We noticed it immediately. But if we were upstairs or somewhere else, you know, that would have alerted us right away. And you know,
Right, right. Well, when
Yeah.
I moved in, the dishwasher, there was a leak from the dishwasher that had been leaking subtly behind
Yeah.
for years. And so I had
Wow.
mold all
Oh,
over
wow.
the back wall and the
Yeah,
cabinets.
yeah.
And so they redid my cabinets, redid the whole kitchen cabinet area, and had to, of course, replace the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But that was all because it was not noticed
Yeah.
down there. The moisture was there, but nobody knew it.
Yeah. Good
I
idea.
don't crawl under the sink there very often.
And another thing, and something that I need to do, is time to replace your air filters or for your heating system or whatever you might have.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
a good time because you should do it twice a year. You can do it 4 times. I mean, some people suggest doing it 4
Yeah.
times. And if you have a lot of dust in your place, 4 times is good, but usually only twice a year. But a lot of people just forget about it. They think, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. I will. Getting the filter is very easy. You know,
Yeah.
Home Depot has all sizes and stuff. But paying attention to it, you should have it serviced every couple of years, just a check over.
Yeah.
But it's really important to just replace that filter because
Yeah.
you're wasting your own electricity.
You are.
And you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and again, it's very easy to do. Just, you know, if you forget what kind of filter you have, take the old one
Take
out.
the old one out.
And you can take it with you or
You're
take a
right.
photo of it or whatever it might be, and you'll easily find it at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever
yeah,
you
right.
go. So
All those stores have it.
that's not a problem. And they're inexpensive.
Yeah.
You know, $20. And I mean, even a really good
Oh,
one.
yeah. I mean, they're
is-
even less than
yeah.
that. Just a regular one is about $6.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can get them real cheap. It just depends on what your unit requires.
Yeah, certainly. But take care of that.
Now, one thing which came up, which was new for me this year, was the attic area. Some units
Yes,
have an
yeah.
attic area. When I had a townhouse in San Pedro, we had a common attic area like that. But that was a condo. In a co-op, your right to reside is from the paint on the wall
Yeah.
in. So the ceiling is painted, so you end at the ceiling, at
Yeah.
your side of the ceiling. So everything above the ceiling is common area. So there is often a little escape hatch or a hatch up there that you can put up, and people from back east who have attics in San
Yeah.
Francisco have attics are used to being able to use that for storage. They put it up there and then they forget about that forever. But no, we don't allow that here because that is common area for United, and so we cannot have other people storing their private stuff up there in case anything happens to it. We can't be responsible for it, and it is not your property.
Right.
So
All right.
that's it.
Yeah, attics would be nice, wouldn't they?
They would
and
be.
basements.
Basements, right, right.
Yeah, don't have those either. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Always good to see you.
All right, good to see
And
you.
again, we will see you next year.
Right.
And
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
That's
we'll
right.
be.
And remember, at New Year's Eve, do your rain dance for 10 minutes.
Okay.
See? I mean, you're dancing on the floor
You're
and
doing
yelling
that
around.
anyway,
Why
yeah.
not just say to the mic, let's do a rain dance for 10 minutes?
Okay, I'm all for that. We could use some rain. Thank you, Maggie.
Okay, thank
Always
you.
good to see you. Take care, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, like